It's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
And today we're going to be previewing one of my favorite shows of the year, WWE's Royal Rumble. How excited are you for this show?
I am excited to see the Rumble matches and and for the first time in a long time, probably since Lesnar and Cena and Rollins went at it years ago. I am actually excited to see a multi-man match. Like, you know how like I always complain about we'll get into it, but yeah, I'm excited to see the four-way. Uh is the women's title being defended?
Well, we're recording this January 22nd, which is right before the Go Home Raw, but there could be more matches added. Right now, there's only 4 matches on the card.
They haven't booked it. Wait, it could be Becky and Rhea. No, but I think they're teasing that for Mania.
Yeah, I
Do,
would do that at
do they give a
WrestleMania.
fuck about their women's division? No, they don't. No, of course not. Why
Well, when
would
you look at it this way, right? The men's Rumble is going to be probably an hour, right? The women's going to be right behind there, so that's 2 hours right there. Then you got the title match, the 4-way. That's going to be about probably a half hour, right? So you got 2.5 hours. Then you got Logan Paul and KO. It's probably another 15 minutes. So
that's
it's probably
void?
going to be close to 3 hours. So like
Yeah.
to me, that's enough. If they had one more match, maybe a women's match, I'll be cool
Why
with
not the
that.
women's championship? Like Io
Well,
Sky is like wiping her ass with like Io Sky is carrying that thing like a prop. Like so when it
right. And then they were teasing a match on SmackDown between um Kairi Sane and Asuka and the two ladies, the NXT. I don't even know. I can't even tell who like
they
what
don't
tag
care
team
about
title
the
is.
women's division. They don't care about the women's tag division.
Oh,
Forget they never listen. Those are placeholders. If they really wanted to build a tag division, they would do anything but what they've been doing for the past 3 years. They would have been trying something. They look both of the major wrestling companies in wrestling don't even care about their tag division, like
yeah,
let alone the women's tag division.
yeah. I kind of
So
forgot who I think the Judgment Day is still a tag, the men's tag
they
team
haven't even
champions.
unified the belts yet. They don't even care about how they probably forgot how they existed.
Yeah, I don't even know why they unify when they have two brands and they draft people still. So
The
well, that's
draft
another
doesn't.
conversation for another day.
The draft doesn't
Okay.
matter. The draft doesn't matter. What
But
the hell?
be that as it may, I'm still very excited for this year's Rumble.
Yeah.
Because you got Punk back, and then there's Cody. You know, like the main event scene, at least on the men's side, it's very interesting to see where they go, right? Because The Rock challenged Roman. Then you got Cody still wanting to finish his story, and then CM Punk calls out Roman, and it's a lot going on. So it's very interesting. And then on the women's side, you got, Becky Lynch, and then, Rhea's on fire. So, well, we could talk about, but that this could be like Becky Lynch's like kind of like not restart, just like another wave of Becky Lynch, almost like what 2019 was. Anyway, so let's talk about as of right now the non-Rumble matches on the show. Then we get into the Rumble matches. So, ah, first match we got Logan Paul and KO. How do you think, where do you think this is gonna go and whatnot?
I love KO. Logan Paul can fuck off. He's a YouTuber who can do moves. I don't care. Sure, listen, Kevin Owens can have a phenomenal match with my Nintendo Switch controller. Okay, he's that good. It doesn't matter who you put him in the ring with. It's gonna be a good match. He's gonna, you know, but I don't care about Logan Paul. I don't. So I can go. If KO wins, fine. We'll see less Logan Paul. But until his next scandal, he's here.
Yeah.
He's collecting checks.
I'm gonna be fair here. I think KO and Logan Paul makes total sense because Logan Paul, he's got a huge audience from doing who knows what. I don't know, but he's got an audience. Whatever. He's somewhat of an
Filming dead
influencer.
bodies in a forest.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's somewhat of an influencer. I don't know what he does, but he does something. And then, he made headways in boxing and what have you, and that wave, subsided. And he just strolls into WWE, gets a match with Roman Reigns, and he's already a champion. And then KO, right? he worked the independents forever, became a star, then signed to WWE. Um, two different trajectories in the wrestling business. You know, it's almost like Logan Paul was handed something and KO had to earn it. That's a cool story, right? And as of right now, because they could add another wacky soap opera element to the story, it's very simple, right? So KO is going to wrestle for the U.S. title at the Royal Rumble. I think he wins the tournament. Like KO won the U.S. title tournament, right? Logan Paul goes into the ring and then KO just punches him unprovoked, just knocks him out. Then Logan Paul, I don't know if you've been following this, but Logan
Yeah, no,
Paul,
I saw the segment they had on Raw because it was well, was it Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Logan Paul, he threatens to sue him or whatever. He's like, you're not really hurt with the cast and everything, and they kind of working that into the story. And then last week on SmackDown, you know, KO said, you can if you try to knock me out, you have to work really hard to really get me down because KO is that tough, which is great. And then Logan Paul, he hits him with his knockout punch, but he doesn't stay down. He gets right back up. But then Logan Paul, classic heel, he takes his arm and then he slams it against a turnbuckle, and then you have that story going into. I think it's very simple. It's very easy to follow. It's not very convoluted. Where things can get messy is they can do what they did with Ricochet and like talk about his wife and family, and which is whatever. You don't really need to do that here, but I think that it's an interesting story going in. I'm not a fan of Logan Paul whatsoever. Just like you, like these days in wrestling, there's a lot of great athletes. Logan Paul's a great athlete, but like to me, that's not enough. That's not enough at all. Like you need a lot more. KO to me is a complete package. He could talk, he can sell you he could sell you water while you're already underwater. You know what I'm saying? Like he's so good. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z said, I'm a hustler. I can sell water to a whale. KO can do that. He's one of those guys. And he's a great athlete. You know what I mean? And he's not the conventional type of what a wrestler looks like a CM Punk or a Sami Zayn or a Bryan Danielson or whoever. So I think it's interesting how they're doing this, but like I'm just gonna be fair. Am I looking forward to this match? Can you plug in somebody else other than Logan Paul, and will this program be a lot better?
There's a billion other people
Absolutely.
you can plug in.
Absolutely. Tell me why you can't just put Solo Sikoa in here, right? Because Roman, the bloodline, he's a champion. Imagine if Solo was the US champion, you know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. Like this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, look, on one hand, yes, this is an actual wrestling storyline that you can follow, unlike the bullshit that we've been exposed to when
Yes.
watching like AEW lately. Well, let's just say it, because like what? Yeah, I don't need to go into details, but
Yeah,
this is an actual wrestling storyline that you can follow. Yes. Why can't they put this momentum behind someone who actually deserves it? And someone who won't, and someone who will be there in a few months, who will be there. Like, listen, like I said, the next time some bullshit happens with Logan, we won't see him. But the thing is, I just don't care. Like, it's whatever. Yeah, like I said, Kevin's gonna do great. Kevin's gonna be great. I really don't have much to say on Logan Paul. He can do a lot of moves. He's a hotshot influencer who has a following, and that's why he's here.
Yeah, it's not like they're like Bad Bunny or someone like that, or Brock Lesnar, who has like massive crossover appeal. That would make sense. Like Logan Paul is not that famous. Like he doesn't necessarily translate to ticket sales or ratings.
He's like famous
He
for all the
doesn't.
wrong reasons. He's not like Bad Bunny. What right? You're right. Bad Bunny actually moves tickets, and plus, I don't know. Because personally, when I look at Bad Bunny, I'm not repulsed. Okay.
Yeah, and then like it's you can easily replace somebody else in there, and you like it'll be the same. Like people will be just as interested in. You put somebody else on the WWE roster because they've been doing a great job of building up their guys, not just a few dudes at the top. Like the undercard is pretty well represented. You put Santos Escobar in that position or whatever, it'll be the same, because Logan Paul's not that famous, but what they're doing here is a lot more interesting than any other Logan Paul program I've seen. I saw the Seth Rollins match at WrestleMania, enough said. Very great in an athletic standpoint, but there was a whole lot of wacky hoopla that's, it was just like, okay, whatever. Let's move on to the next thing. Um, Maybe KO would win and then Logan Paul disappears for a while, because Logan Paul doesn't really need the championship. Like for what? You know what I mean? Someone like KO who's a frequent character. It would be great to see him, and then you can have Sami Zayn come back and they wrestle or something if that's what they want to do, or you can, have him wrestle the Bloodline or
Yeah,
something.
where
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
is Sami Zayn? Where the fuck is like?
I think
I'd
he's
rather
hurt or
I
something.
don't know. I'd rather KO in the Royal Rumble or something like that. Like who? The U.S. title, like no one really cares about the U.S. title, and a guy like Logan Paul isn't gonna make the U.S. title or something again.
No, I think they've been doing a good job of elevating both the U.S. and Intercontinental title, but um, yeah, I mean, I guess if maybe they'll keep the belt on Logan Paul, but it's not gonna really do anything. Like when he's gone, you don't really notice that he's gone. You know what I'm saying? When KO is gone, when Sami Zayn is gone, like you kind of notice. You know
You
what I mean?
notice when Kevin Owens is gone because Kevin Owens
Yeah,
is like a wrestler that cares about the wrestling business.
yeah. So I say KO probably wins this. I say they put the belt on him, but
No, I say they're gonna put the guy. They're gonna give it in WWE fashion. They're gonna give it to the guy that like is gonna get people mad, which is which is Logan. They look. They think go away heat. They think go away heat is a good thing. Apparently, go away heat is now a good thing. No one can distinguish between good heat and go away heat now. Apparently,
all right. Let's talk about the four
that's
way for the Universal title. We got Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, LA Knight. What do you think is gonna happen here?
oh well. First of all, what I think is gonna happen? I don't know, honestly. I'd say Roman retains because that's like if Roman wins, then there's still you can still do Cody and Roman at Mania. If Randy Orton wins, you could do Cody and Orton at Mania. If LA Knight wins, I don't think he should win here. LA as like, someone like LA Knight should win a WWE title at WrestleMania or something like that, or I don't know if he wins here. And AJ, if AJ wins, then I mean you can still do a lot of cool stuff if AJ wins, but like I think story wise, Roman should probably win so Cody can wrestle him.
I mean, the big match at WrestleMania looks like it's gonna be Rock and Roman. Would you make that for the title or not?
No, I think Rock and Roman should be at Elimination Chamber in that stadium.
It's not gonna happen. Rock's not gonna be there.
Well, if they do Rock and Roman at Mania, that kind of sucks. Where does that leave that? Well, if Seth Rollins is injured, you could have Cody and Punk wrestle for the vacant world title
Or you could
while
do
Rock
an
and
elimination
Roman.
chamber um for Seth Rollins title if he's hurt enough to relinquish, if he's injured so much that he has to relinquish the belt. But I don't think Roman and The Rock needs to be for the title.
But
Um
they're gonna make it for the title. You know that. You know
I
that.
mean,
Like, listen, Brock and Goldberg didn't need to be for the title. They made it for, and look what they fucked over Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, who Chris Jericho actually back then at least deserved to win the Universal title in that amazing story that they were building Kevin Owens. And what did they do? They dicked them over so they can have Brock and Goldberg be for the title, which didn't need to be for the title.
but if you have you got two guys that are already established stars, you don't really need the belt because
Oh no, I agree with you, but I'm thinking about what they would do, what bullshit they would do. You know what I mean?
uh I think that because look at Rock and Hogan, two guys that are established already. People still talk about it. I still watch that match regularly. You had two alphas that didn't need to be for the belt. In
No, of
this
course not.
case, at least in this match specifically, Roman could win, but then maybe at Elimination Chamber, he could drop the belt there, or something. And you have CM Punk but here's the thing. You take the belt off him. I think Cody needs a huge win, right?
At Mania.
Right.
Yeah.
Cody needs a huge win, and the biggest win he can do is to beat Roman Reigns.
The only time other than WrestleMania that it made sense for Roman to drop the title at Elimination Chamber was last year when Sami Zayn was hotter than a hot screw at a
Yeah.
foot.
But
That was the
also,
only time at Elimination Chamber, where Roman losing the title in that moment made sense. That is the old now. If it's not The Rock, him losing the title at Elimination Chamber now would be weird.
I think The Rock, right? The Rock, the whole thing with The Rock is like Roman should beat him, so Roman can be the head of the table. Roman is the yeah. So that doesn't need to have the belt, but if you're gonna have the belt on the line, great. But it doesn't need to be. And for the Royal Rumble, I think Roman should win, but he could also use this opportunity because there's probably going to be some bloodline hoopla, right? You can use this opportunity to set up the chamber. Like you could put Randy. I don't think Roman's going to be at the chamber either, right? So you could set up a chamber for someone to face Roman for the title, or set the chamber for Seth belt or what have you.
Ask yourself this: do you honestly think if there was never an actor or writer strike, would The Rock be eating WWE right now?
No, of course not.
Exactly.
I mean, that's not a problem. It's just that's the way it is. Because The Rock, you know, he has a lot of projects going on, not just with acting. You know, he's still doing the XFL, and he has a production company. He's doing TV, and he's doing a lot of other things. But he's never really retired from wrestling. Well, he just never had the time to do wrestling. You know what I mean?
His show got canceled. He fucked up shit with DC. With the DC universe with Black Adam. He fucked that up. You want to know how? Apparently, he had it in his contract that he couldn't lose a fight.
Okay.
You want to know why I'm excited for this 4-way?
Why?
Because for the first time in probably years, they actually have a logical and a well-written story reason of why this 4-way is happening. Well, it was originally supposed to be a one-on-one match, but then Roman pissed off Nick Aldis, and Roman fucked up a triple threat match for whoever was going to face him for that championship. And Nick Aldis was like, okay, fuck you. You're going to have to fight all three of these guys. And I'm like, wow, they actually booked a reason for a 4-way to happen instead of just, hey, let's just get a bunch of bodies together, fill time in a ring. No, I'm like, I appreciate this. This is
they give you a reason to care about this. You know, I like that.
They booked. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I liked how because Nick, I'm watching when I was watching that. I'm like, okay, whoever wins gonna face Roman. Then Roman ruins it, right? And there's no finish. I'm like, that sucks. Classic WWE. But then I'm watching Nick Aldis. I'm like, why aren't you doing anything about this? You know, you're the authority figure here. And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's just watching him fuck everything up. Then he goes, and then Nick Aldis goes to Paul Heyman's like, tell your man he's got to wrestle all three of these guys. You know, I love that. That was so great.
TV with these guys, like, oh well, listen, the rest of the show, I don't know. But the TV with these guys every week has been great.
Great.
Like I tune in for this because like, wow, it's like professional wrestling on TV. Holy shit. Like storylines. Wow. Things that make sense. Things that like if a non-fan was sitting next to you, you can explain to them what's happening and not feel like a dunce.
Yeah, exactly. And I think these are the right guys to do it because AJ's just coming back and he's reinvented himself. Randy just came back and LA's hot. So these are the perfect guys to do this kind of thing with.
Well,
so
AJ just seems really pissed, and I guess
he's a guy I just wouldn't fuck with.
Yeah,
he's a guy I just wouldn't fuck with.
No, yeah, like it was like AJ, like he has like that open pea coat, and normally with anyone else, you'd be like, "Hey, man, don't you want to button your coat?" But I feel like if you said that to AJ, he just beat you up.
It's kind of like when AJ was pissed off during his last run of TNA, and he was like the most interesting guy on the whole show.
Yeah.
And then he fucks around and leaves. I'm always been gravitated towards this guy because he radiates. You just believe him. You know what I mean? He's a believable, tough son of a bitch. And he's perfect. He's a perfect professional wrestler in that regard. Like,
yeah,
he's a great athlete, but he has a crazy, hard exterior for a personality. He's truly phenomenal. I love that guy.
This is sort of a second, but you brought up TNA. You know who's the top star of TNA now? Nick Nemeth.
He's the top star. I know he showed up. He's not the top guy there.
Well,
he showed up.
I don't remember the last time anyone in TNA got that kind of reaction. Like a reaction. Like, whoa, listen.
You got a reaction? You got a good reaction?
Yeah, he did. He
Oh,
did. He had a pretty good reaction. He
okay,
did.
that's good.
It was the
That's
only
good.
time I was the only time I actually had my eyes on a TNA segment for more than 5 minutes. It was like, oh, okay. I mean, he hasn't wrestled a match yet. It could all fucking fall apart, but
I mean,
I'm rooting for him.
him and Josh Alexander, that would be a good program.
Oh, is that guy who wears the Olympic gear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He used to tag team with Ethan Page. They were the North. Great tag team. They were phenomenal. They were
Oh,
awesome.
no. This is a funny name, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. Ethan Page is amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's underutilized in AEW, but that's another conversation. But
Along with many. Along with many.
yes. Maybe he'll earn his way back to the number one in the rankings again or something.
Rankings.
Let's not open up that can of worms again. Let's not do that. We've beat that conversation to death.
The worms are already all over the floor already.
Yeah.
Everyone's stepping on them.
All the maggots are already out there. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. Women's Royal Rumble match.
Sorry.
Women's Rumble match. Who do you think is gonna win?
Oh, Women's Rumble?
Yeah.
I want it to be Becky so she can wrestle Rhea because they had an incredible segment on Raw. It was pretty good, and I mean, I'm biased towards Bailey because I want them to give her some. I know eventually all of her friends are gonna kill her, and
Yeah.
and look, because Bailey is such a great worker, and like I will like the only time we ever seen Bailey win a title was in a four-way that didn't not have the story context that this Royal Rumble four-way is gonna have. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. Like, yeah, Becky though. Story-wise, Becky, I'd love Becky to win.
For me,
well,
yeah, go ahead.
There's two titles, right? Like,
Exactly.
yeah. So, okay. Well, so anyway, you can always find someone else to fight EO, but for Rhea's title, I would like Becky to win.
I think, yeah, because Becky's got a book coming out.
Oh.
So it would be great. I mean, obviously, like what they've been using her a lot. I know Nia Jax beat her on Raw recently.
It was the best Nia Jax match you will ever see in your life.
So I say like the final four would be like Nia Jax, Becky, Bailey, or like someone new like a Zoe Stark or something like that. Or maybe Trish Stratus, who knows? And then it comes down to Becky and Nia Jax, and then Becky tosses over Nia Jax.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that'll be great. It's a great visual of her like throwing over this monster. I think that'll be cool.
Is Zoe Starks like? Is she like? Does she have juice? You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's funny. Like at Payback, right after Becky beat Trish, I think like
yeah, Zoe Starks did something.
It's just something they were gonna do. They look like they were doing something, but I'm just saying, like, throw any new person, Piper Niven or something. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like a newer person, like a person that they're gonna elevate because they did the same. They did the same.
Vega's over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Zelina Vega's over.
Yeah,
it's actually over. All things considered.
Why not? Yeah. Like Final Four, Zelina Vega. Yeah, because the LWO, they got something going on there. Yeah, why not Zelina Vega? I have no reason as to why she shouldn't be in there. Yeah. But Becky probably should win now. Because what I was gonna say is Roman Reigns, right? Because 10 years ago, the final two was Batista and Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns was the guy that, they're gonna elevate.
But didn't the Authority try to fuck him or something like that? Didn't they try to
eliminate him? That was like a year later, but yeah. But it's great to have like someone who they're gonna try to that may not win, but they may, someone who's a star they're gonna make. So maybe Zelina Vega is probably that person down the line or something. Because she got a great reaction in Puerto Rico. So they should definitely, start elevating some more people, you know what I mean? So yeah, for right now, Becky should win. All right. Men's Rumble match. Who do you got? It's hard.
Well, the Mark, obviously. The Mark who wears Danhausen's boots. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The cancer. Yeah, Punk. Yeah, Punk, I mean, Who like I would love to see Punk. Well, I really wanted to see him face Rollins, but if Punk wins the Rumble, he will still have a spot at WrestleMania, and if the title's vacant, someone else can face him. So if they really want to do Rock and Roman at Mania, you could do Cody versus CM Punk. I don't even care if CM Punk wins the title.
Yeah.
I just want to see him win the Rumble and have a great main event at Mania. That's all. Like,
Yeah.
but him and Cody either way, that's the thing. That's why I texted you that we might actually have to watch Raw tonight because the two best promos in the company are going to be
Yes.
in the ring together. Hopefully with no hoopla. I hope they give them the same treatment they gave Punk and Rollins, where
They
just
have a lot of stuff to say to each other. Let's just say
listen,
that.
Cody. Listen, I
Yeah.
respect you a lot, Cody, but your friends are marks.
No.
Marks.
I got a lot of things that what did Tony say? I got a lot of things I'm not gonna say. What do you say?
Oh
What did
yeah,
Tony
yeah,
say?
yeah. A lot I can say right now that I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
not gonna
say.
say.
Oh, fuck it, say it. Fucking say it. Yeah, that would be great. That would be, look, I've been looking forward to this. Like,
Yeah, me
I've been looking
too.
forward
Me too.
hopefully no one ruins it and tells R-Truth to come out there and start, struggling.
No. Little Jimmy show in the Royal Rumble or something.
Oh God! Imagine they paint R-Truth in Danhausen paint and tell him you're R-Truthhausen.
No.
Fuck.
Oh man. All
But
right.
yeah, the Mark, yeah, I would love to see him. The guy who knows how to put wrestling storylines together and cook good promos, I love to see him.
The guy who punches people backstage.
Yeah,
People front face locks. Yeah, he should win. You should put Nick Aldis in a headlock saying,
he slashed
I'm
his
gonna win.
boss's tires after his boss fucked up his travel on the biggest show they had.
Yeah. CM Punk is have trouble getting an Uber in Philly.
Yeah, my God.
Hunter, you left me stranding. I'm sorry, my phone died.
Nah, they're
Oh man.
professionals. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So yeah, this year, yeah, Punk should win or Cody. But my gut says Punk should win the Royal Rumble because it's kind of poetic. 10 years ago, when he was in the Royal Rumble, Kane eliminated him, and then he was gone the next day.
Yeah, he got screwed
So
over.
imagine 10 years later, he comes back and wins the goddamn thing. It's very poetic. So, and then WrestleMania, I mean, Cody can always finish this. He can go to the Elimination Chamber, win that, and do something. Yeah, but I know something at WrestleMania should happen with Cody. Cody should win something. You know what I'm saying?
Not the damn
He should
Andre
do
the Giant
something.
Battle Royal. Not that.
No,
A
he needs
world
something
title.
huge. Yes,
He's actual world championship.
He's one of the cover stars for the new video game. He's got to get something out of this.
Well, they're probably like, hey, look, we'll give you. Listen, you're gonna do whatever he asks. But you get to be on the cover of the video game.
Deal. It's probably in his contract.
You're gonna wrestle R-Truth in the pre-show.
Whoa.
No, they wouldn't do that to them. They respect both of them. They wouldn't do that to them.
But all in all, I think I think this is going to be one of the biggest Royal Rumbles in the last like decade or so. Because look who's in this thing. Roman is hotter than he's ever been. You got Randy Orton in there. You got CM Punk back in WWE. You got Cody Rhodes, who's hotter than he's been. So it's crazy. I'm so excited. I'm very excited for this show. This is like I was thinking in the last like 10 years, maybe you have a different thoughts. Like I thought WrestleMania was 1 and SummerSlam was 2 and the Royal Rumble was 3. But I don't think so. Because I think Royal Rumble, whoever wins the Royal Rumble, it leads to WrestleMania, which is the biggest show, right? SummerSlam is kind of like WrestleMania in the summer. Like it's a big show, but like there's no people don't say I want to main event SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Even though SummerSlam could be a big show. You can set up huge matches and stuff like that. But like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, those are the biggest shows in wrestling to me, in my view, outside of the G1 or whatever. But like those are the shows.
No, yeah, that's pretty accurate, honestly. But no, this is exciting, honestly. I like WWE, for all of their little quirks, if you want to call them that, they have a roster full of professionals, and when you let them do their thing, it's astounding. It's great. You get like you get good wrestling. Yeah, like you deal with some hoopla, but for when WWE is good, it's good. And right now is one of the periods where there are a lot of things that are good about it.
Yeah, did you ever imagine a time where like in WWE, Triple H is in charge, and then like the SmackDown authority figure is Nick Aldis,
Yeah.
and the Raw authority figure is Adam Pearce, and then you know what I mean? It's kind
In
of it's
another world,
crazy.
could you this is crazy, but could you imagine if Roman pisses Nick Aldis so much? He pisses off Nick Aldis so much that Nick Aldis, for one time only, his
Yeah,
last match, he wrestles Roman.
yeah.
A
I think
one-off?
him and Roman that'll be great.
That would
Him
be
and Cody
great.
has to happen again.
Oh
Gotta happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Nick Aldis, even in a suit, can work better than a lot of these guys.
It's kind of the wrestlers are from like a corporate standpoint, right? Uh like the inmates are running the asylum, and it says like the wrestlers are running the show. Like Triple H, Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, like pro wrestlers are running the show.
And the
I think
thing
that's
is now,
cool.
but the thing is now, the wardens of this asylum are qualified to run this asylum, and the inmates are like, "Okay, look, we'll follow your rules." Like
Yeah,
it's not like, "Hey, can I have a 45-minute match tonight?"
for no
Why?
reason.
Who cares? I'm gonna land on my neck 20 times.
Yeah,
But if Kenny Omega, and this kind of it's not really this is a kind of a segue, but not really. I think about this all the time. He's got such a stacked roster now in WWE. Could you imagine if Kenny Omega was healed and was here in WWE in the WWE system?
I mean Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. That's the first match I think about.
Yeah. Or Kenny versus Cody again. And
Yeah,
like oh my god. Yeah.
money. That's just
I
cash money.
like my feelings on the Elite, but Omega is like undeniable. Like at the end of the day. Like and
Yeah,
it sucks that he's injured, but like I don't know. Like, there's a lot to be excited about with this Royal Rumble. Like,
yeah.
I'm not dreading this pay per view.
No, I'm
Like,
not.
no.
Royal Rumble's
Look,
one of my favorite shows all year. I love the Royal Rumble.
we're gonna get the long video packages. We're gonna get stuff that just shouldn't be there, but the good parts will be good.
I'll just make some more. I'll make some more coffee. I think that I'll be all right.
I hope no one spikes Triple H's coffee with something Vince might drink, and then you know what, guys, the Chicken
I'm in
Man.
the Royal Rumble again.
Ah, damn it. God damn it.
I gotta rewatch it. That show
I'm
was
in the
good
Royal
too.
Rumble again.
You know,
Everyone's gonna line up for a pedigree one by one.
one by one. Punk, you're up first.
God damn it.
Stephanie, you're up next. No.
You know what? It's better than my old job.
Oh God. All right, it's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
Later days.